Welcome to the exciting world of Flyaway. If you want the maximum enjoyment possible from your flight, please cooperate with us by listening very carefully. It is very important before the following instructions are given to you that your equipment be properly fitted for your flight. Please stand up now and stretch out your arms and legs, raising your arms straight up and out as far as you can to make sure that your suit is not too tight, either in the crotch area or under the arms, or pulling on your feet. Be sure that your helmet is comfortable. When you leave this briefing and your helmet is put on, please be sure that you check your helmet and let your instructor know that your helmet, goggles, and chin strap particularly are comfortable. Be sure that you have and are now wearing both knee pads and elbow pads. Be sure that your zipper has been fully zipped up to your neck and the collar area is closed and fastened over with the Velcro unit, which is part of your suit. It is extremely urgent and important that your equipment be in order, as we have explained. We caution you now and will caution you again later about making absolutely certain that there is nothing on your body or in your pockets or loose in your suit. This includes rings, earrings, hair attachments, anklets, or anything else that could possibly come off in flight. If you don't remove these things and lock them in your locker, you seriously endanger yourself and the others flying with you. Please, for everyone's benefit, you must cooperate carefully and accurately with these instructions. This message will be repeated again at the end of your briefing. To fly safely, the key word is relaxation. If you are tense and uptight, you will miss half the fun and not be able to achieve flight. Remember now, please relax. Relax. Flyaway is the world's most fascinating new sport. Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to fly and soar like an eagle. Today, you will fly and soar like an eagle. You will be walking into a vertical chamber, where the wind is propelled upward by a DC-4 variable pitch propeller turned by an 800 horsepower electric motor. By changing the pitch of the propeller, the wind speed in the chamber is adjusted to conform to your body's individual needs. The flying stunts demonstrated in this video should not be attempted by beginners. Only an experienced flyer should attempt these stunts. There are 4 basic elements of flying you must learn. 1. Stable position. 2. Recognition of instructor's hand signals. 3. The way you enter the wind column. And 4. Learning how to land and when to leave the wind column. You must listen to and carefully watch the instructors now, but especially while you're in the chamber, where the use of hand signals is important to your enjoyment, as well as to enable you to actually fly like a bird. The most important element is the stable position, which enables you to stay in the wind and fly. Your legs must be spread apart, a little wider than your shoulders, and your arms straight. Your fingers must be spread out in the shape of a fan, and no bend in your elbows. If you do this, your arms and body will look like the letter X. Your chin must be back, and your head must be arched. You also want your legs bent up at the knees at a 90-degree angle from where you are looking. When you are in this stable position, you will look like this. Until you get into and are able to maintain this stable position, your instructor will be helping you with hand signals to speed up your getting into the stable position. Some of the beginner's most common mistakes are: 1. The failure to position your legs properly. That is, the failure to keep your legs bent upward at the knees, someplace between a flat position and a 90-degree or straight upright position, depending on your body's size and shape. 2. A complete arching of your back to follow the contour of your chin and your legs so that your body forms a crescent-shaped semicircle with your chin up, your back arching down, and then curving back up into the bent leg position at the knees. This is the way it should be. 3. Your head is down. You are wrong. 4. Unless your arms and legs are spread horizontally so that your body together with your arms and legs extend the form and shape of a cross in the letter X. That is, you will not get into the stable position properly. If your legs are too straight, you are apt to move forward too rapidly. If you are in that posture, your instructor will give you a signal which means bend your legs up at the knees a little bit more until you achieve the stable position and are not moving forward. If your legs are bent too far forward, it will tend to push you backwards rather than forward, and this is just as bad as not being bent straight up enough, which pushes you forward. This means bend your legs upward a little bit at a time. If your legs are bent too far, you will slide back. This instruction means bend your legs downward just a little bit at a time. If your back is not arched just a little bit, you won't have the contour body surface that you need to do your best flying. In other words, there must be a continuation of the arch from the back of your head when your chin is up. continuing along your back and then curving up again, meeting your legs. This instruction means arch your back. If your back is arched too much, it creates a rounded or circular air surface that is so sharp that you will lose the lift that you would otherwise have if your body, in the X position when properly arched, will give you. This signal means reduce your arch or straighten your back a little bit more to try and create a flat surface from the back of your neck to your knees. One other thing that is very important, don't look straight down. If you look straight down, you cannot see in which direction your body is heading, and you will not be able to see your instructor's hand signals. It is crucial that you watch these hand signals continuously. Now, when your head is not up properly, this is the signal the instructor will give you, which means keep your head up. Remember that you cannot fly unless your arms are stretched out in front of you in the X position, with your arms perfectly straight and with no bend in your elbows. This signal means bring your arms down and in front of you, so that you will keep the flat surface we were talking about earlier. You must be able to see and look at your hands when flying. Remember, keep your arms straight. Do not bend at the elbow. This instruction will show you what is meant by bringing your arms down, straightening them, and thus achieving the stable position more quickly. Once you hold this stable position, hang on to it. Don't kick your legs or try to twist your body or squirm. This signal means hold the stable position, and remember, while all of this sounds very complicated, the changes that we will be signaling you are really very minor ones. Now the last and most important signal is the thumbs up signal. Upon your landing, the instructor will give you a thumbs up signal. You will then give him back a thumbs up signal, and he will know that everything is okay. If for any reason you are uncomfortable or concerned in any way whatsoever, give your instructor the thumbs down signal, and he will get you out of the chamber immediately. Please do not hesitate to give the thumbs down signal for any reason whatsoever. The first time around, your instructor will not let you jump out into the wind, but will pull you out into the wind by holding onto your hands or upper arms or part of your flight suit. The second time, and every time after that, you will be entering into the wind column by yourself by simply standing on the edge of the cushion, keeping your knees close together at that point, with your knees bent and your arms folded in the shape of an X across your chest, and with your chin all the way up, and then by flexing your legs just a little bit, you will push into the wind. Immediately after your feet leave the cushion, you must get into the stable position. Remember, the stable position is your body, arms, and legs in the shape of an X, your head up, your legs slightly bent up at the knees. Do not jump up and down, but just flex your knees and push out forward into the center of the chamber when you leave the cushions. If you jump straight upwards, the wind will push you back and down to the floor pads, so be sure to jump forward into the center of the chamber. If you do not open into the stable position, you will simply drift down into the net or back onto the pads, and you will not achieve flight. We will keep you within your instructor's reach your first time into the wind. When you master the stable position, and your instructor thinks that you are ready to begin to fly alone and are flying better, you will then be allowed to fly higher, and you will fly higher. Remember to relax as much as you can and try to enjoy the sensation of flight. Don't panic. Don't fight the wind. Just stay in the stable position. You can control your height by bringing your arms to your body when you want to come down. Your instructor can also reduce your height by standing underneath you and cutting the wind velocity. You will gradually thus float down to him. Remember that while you're in the chamber, you are flying on an invisible column of air. When you fly out of that column, you will descend down and land on the floor cushions around the net that you've seen in these pictures. There are two things that are absolute no-nos that you must never do. You must never try to break your fall in any way by using your hands or arms or legs. And you must always try, if possible, never to land on your feet. It is extremely dangerous, and you must be constantly aware of it. Never try to use your hands or your arms or your legs to cushion your fall. More of this will follow in the instructions for what we call the tuck and roll position. When you are ready to land, it is absolutely imperative that you get into what we call the tuck and roll position. To do this, you cross your arms across your chest in the shape of an X, and you will pull your legs in close to your stomach so that your knees will be up close to your stomach, and then try and turn or rotate your body so that you will land on your back or your backside, otherwise known as your butt. Instead of landing on your feet, use the tuck and roll position whenever possible, instead of landing on your feet. And be sure to always kick your feet out from underneath you so that you can land on your back or your backside. Remember, this is very important. We are concerned with making the flight as enjoyable for you as we possibly can. That is why your instructor will always be in the chamber trying to help you. But you must help him by concentrating when you are ready to land, or tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Instill this in your mind, please, and repeat the words to yourself whenever you're going to land. The tighter your tuck position is, that is, the more your arms are crossed across your chest, and the closer your legs are drawn up to your stomach, and the tighter your head is down towards your chest, the better your landing will be. It is imperative also, after you land, to acknowledge and return your instructor's thumbs-up signal so that he will know everything is okay. If for any reason you are uncomfortable or concerned in any way whatsoever, give your instructor the thumbs-down signal, and he will get you out of the chamber immediately. Please do not hesitate to give the thumbs-down signal for any reason whatsoever. There may be as many as 5 flyers in the chamber at any given flight session, but generally there will only be 1 flying at any one time. It is your obligation and responsibility to keep your eyes on the flyer in the air. If you see a flyer coming towards you, you must get out of his way by stepping away from him as quickly as you possibly can before he lands on or against you. All right, now let's have a quick review. You stand on the edge of the cushion with your legs close together, your knees bent and flexed, your arms crossed in an X across your chest. You push into the wind, and as you push into the wind, you open up into the stable position. That is, arms and legs spread apart so that with your body they make an X, your chin up, your back slightly arched, and your legs slightly bent at the knees. Remember to hold the stable position, your arms straight out in the X shape, straight in front of you, your head and chin up, your back arched so that you have a flat body surface, and your knees bent at an angle. That will prevent you from going forward or backwards. Now, to reiterate once more, the only form of communication in the chamber, because of the motor and wind noise, is going to be the hand signals we give you or you give us. So let's review them. A. This signal is for bending your knees upward. B. This signal for straightening your legs down, or in effect, unbending your knees, bringing your feet further down. C. This signal is for arching your back. Remember, don't bend your knees anymore by virtue of arching your back. You're going to bend your knees at the knee joint. D. Reduce your arch, or negative arch. In other words, if you arch too much, then undo your arch a little bit, and this will show you how much. E. Remember to lift your head up. F. This is the signal for making sure your arms are straight out in front of you. No bent elbows. Spread in the X position with your fingers out. G. Now this is the signal for holding the stable position. H. Thumbs up. This is in effect the question signal that your instructor will give you after you land to verify everything is all right. You in turn should give your instructor the thumbs up signal, which indicates that everything is okay. Remember, when landing, it is urgent for you to quickly get into the tuck and roll position. Arms should be crossed across your chest, legs drawn up to your stomach close together, and your head tucked down. Then you should turn your body and try to land on your back or your back side. It is very important that if you are a first-time flyer, that you do not hesitate now to ask questions before proceeding into the chamber. Your instructor is with you for this purpose now, and it is your obligation to ask any questions that you think may help you fly better and improve the enjoyment of your flight. Right now, we need everyone to stand up once more, and please check your pockets to make sure that you have no loose change or any other objects in your pockets or suit. If you should lose any such objects during your flight, they can seriously injure you or others. Once again, please make sure your pockets are empty. No rings, no jewelry, no hair clips or fastenings, anything that could come loose in flight, including dentures. Please enjoy your flight and come back again to see us soon. Please tell your friends you flew at Flyaway and let them know how much fun you had. Incidentally, we have an attractive reduced rate for reflights. So if you've enjoyed your first flight, when you come out of the chamber, tell your instructor or any attendant that you would like to fly again at this reduced rate for the reflight. Thanks again for coming and sharing this great new, innovative exercise sport with us. Please let us know how you felt about your flight, and if you have any suggestions that would help us improve your future enjoyment of Flyaway. Thank you. Once again, please keep in mind that the stunts demonstrated in this video should only be attempted by an experienced flyer. We are going to fly. For those of you who are business investors or entrepreneurs in a position to invest $1 million, we would like to let you know that flyaway licenses for other countries and cities are now available. And if you would like to build your own flyaway in your own hometown or in any other city, please come to the Flyaway corporate offices at the front of the building, and we will be glad to supply you with a flyaway license information package.